So it looks like we have some folks that are on the line now, and so we will get started. And welcome everybody to today's ELGL webinar. This is presented in partnership with ENOCode Inc. And today we are talking about how one city engaged 40% of its population and saved $100,000. I am ELGL Program Director Shantae Mitchell, and for some of you, this may be your first time seeing me. I am new to the ELGL. I've been here not too long, so I am a new face that you will be seeing from time to time. ELGL is Engaging Local Government Leaders Network, and we engage the brightest minds in local government. One of the ways we do this, of course, is to provide free and exceptional online training opportunities for local governments. And so in today's event, we're going to be talking about the city of Sandefjord, Norway, and the implementation of their new community engagement app. 12 months after implementing this new community engagement app, the city of Sandefjord, with a population of about 60,000, saw 28,000 downloads, 3,000 to 8,000 daily users, and 15,000 monthly active users, just for some context. And so we know in local government, that's a pretty big deal, especially when it comes to community engagement. We'll learn about how they implement this application to personalize news from the city and local media for each user, to connect volunteer groups to the community, and to promote local businesses. And we have even more. ENOCode wants to introduce their technology to the US local governments and is giving away their app for free for 1 year. And so that is up to 3 towns, cities, counties, or special districts. So we will definitely be dropping the link for that application for folks that are interested in applying for the opportunity to use that community engagement app. And so now I will just take a second to also introduce our guests that will be with us today. We have Morten Holst, who is the Director of Business Development and Partner, along with Steiner Borson, President of ENOCode Inc. And we also have Sondre Andersen, Head of IT and Smart City Initiatives for the city of Sandefjord as well. And they will be sharing their experiences of implementing and using the ENOCode app, and here to answer any questions. I'll also go through just a couple of housekeeping items for today as well. We will save a copy of today's recording on ELGL's webinar library at elgl.org. And also feel free to comment and ask any questions, of course, using the chat box as well. Your microphones and conference phones are also muted. And after the presentation has finished up, we will open up for questions. And we will also read those questions aloud too for folks that are tuning in via phone. And so on behalf of ELGL, we want to thank you for joining us today. And we will get started with a short video clip. Awesome. All right. Well, now I will pass it over to our guest today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sondre Andersen. I'm the head of IT and the Smart City initiatives in Sandefjord Municipality. Today, I would like to showcase the work we in Sandefjord, together with InnoCode Inc., have been operating and developing it together since the beginning of 2019. We have made an incredible citizen app that we are very proud of. So I will pray to the demo gods and hope the demo will work out fine. So it will not only contain a lot of slides and me talking, I will also try to hook up my phone into the meeting and do a live demo of the solution. So share my screen. So probably after seeing this lovely drone film, I believe all of you want to visit us in Norway after COVID-19. So welcome to Sandefjord. Yeah, so some quick facts about Sandefjord. We are one of the biggest cities in Norway. In Sandefjord municipality, we have now in this year a big 64,000 inhabitants. So in the US, that's probably not a very big city, but for us in little Norway, that's a quite big city. So a little fun fact, the average water temperature in February is 35 Fahrenheit. Now in August, the average temperature is 66 Fahrenheit. In Sandefjord, we have a lot of different sensors and do a lot of water measurements every year, every day. So I will present the work we are doing there later on in the presentation. We have a beautiful coastline, a lot of different islands. Myself and me and my family are active supporters. So as you can see, we have a lot of beautiful places to go support. So in Sandefjord, I started as the head of IT in 2017. And we were wondering, a lot of different cities around us and almost everywhere, they were talking about smart city. Everyone wanted to be the smartest city in the world. Everyone wanted to do something regarding smart city. They had it in their different plans. We were a bit unsure of what is a smart city. Should we do and start with smart city initiatives? Who should we do it for? How do we do it? Will we get anything out of it? Will it be smart for the citizens, or will it only be smart for the people that work in Sandefjord municipality? So we had a lot of different questions, and we used quite a lot of time trying to travel around in Norway, travel around in Europe. We had meetings in the Amsterdam Smart City. We were traveling to Barcelona, and we were trying to find some city we could just go and steal from, copy from, to save time. So we found some cities, we found some initiatives. What we did not find was a citizen app that would make us as a municipality be able to communicate with our citizens directly on their mobile phone. So what we aimed to find, hope to find, was a solution that would feel personalized and relevant for each citizen based on their needs, where they live, and what kind of activities and interests they and their family have. We were trying to look all over the place. We did not find that solution, so we had to create it. So then we found InnoCode, and I will later on present how that project went on. So this has been quite innovative work, and as I said, we are very proud of what we have achieved in a very short period of time. So what we see now is what we hope for. Other Norwegian municipalities and also Swedish municipalities have started to copy this solution. And we believe that it is not very smart to have 300 or 400 different municipality city apps in Norway. For us, it's smart if I can travel around in Norway and use the same solution that is a smart city solution. So we have tried to, in some short sentences, sum up what is our definition of a smart city. There are a million different answers on what a smart city can be, but our aim is to have full focus on the citizens, not us as a municipality internally. That is also important for us, to have smart buildings, smart roads, smart lights that will make us more effective in the municipality. But for us as a start, we wanted to have it like this. So for us, a smart city, that is a city where the inhabitants actually find it easier to live in the city, and where information is relevant and adapted to each individual citizen. So it's a quite ambitious vision we had for our project. What we did, so most people don't find that very smart, but we did actually tell on social media to all the politicians, to all the citizens, to the entire world, our vision. We told what we are going to deliver in a short period of time, and we had not checked any technologic solutions. So we were a bit excited to start this project, and we knew that we had to find a partner that could help us deliver on this vision. So what we aimed to deliver, we had to deliver better and more efficient services to the citizens. We aimed for a solution that could actually help with citizen involvement. We wanted a solution that we could use to get efficient communication and relevant communication two-way with citizens. We wanted a solution that could help us to strengthen the local democracy. We wanted to do this project together with the local businesses, with the schools in the local area. And we wanted to see if we could, with the help of this solution, encourage the local pride and a sense of belonging in Sandefjord. And one of our main goals was to use this as a tool to make Sandefjord more attractive for young people to move back to after studies. So we'll see. It looks promising. We have now over 64,000 inhabitants, and we see it's peaking. So it looks good so far. I like this picture. This picture is from our first project meeting together with InnoCode. So this picture is me and some of my colleagues in the ICT department and InnoCode. And you see Morten there in front on his whiteboard and his marker pen. This meeting was in February 2019. And in this meeting, Ivan on the right side, the product tech lead, asked me, when should we go live with the Citizen app? And this was in February, and I told them, June. We have to have it production ready in June. And we had not started. So we did not have a platform. We had not written a single line of code. We had no one to copy from. So this was quite exciting for us. We had a quite ambitious vision. We had tight time schedule. But this way of working, and this is super good for quick, good innovations. So we saw it, my department together with InnoCode, in a record time, we were able to get the prototype up and running, get feedback, and we had a continuous development of the solution. And we were able to go live to all the citizens in June. I'll get back to some pictures showing the grand opening of this. So before the launch, we did a lot of work. We had to engage with the local schools. We wanted to get students on board to help us, tell us what they needed, what they wanted in a new solution from the municipality. We did arrange hackathons where we asked the local citizens and local companies to contribute to get ideas on how we can build the smartest street in Norway. We are not aiming for the smartest city. We have one new street in Sandefjord that we wanted to make as smart as possible. And the reason for we wanted to make it smart is to actually showcase technology for us as a municipality internally, but to help local companies to showcase their technology, to have a public open space where new technology can be tested, where they can get feedback, and probably we can be able to create more jobs and make Sandefjord a more attractive city. So we did a lot of time talking with students, with local companies, and also engaged with our local newspaper. So since 2019, I believe we have had like maybe 50 or 70 different articles in our local newspaper. We actually have our own hashtag in our local newspaper called Smart City. That is quite cool. So they have found this very interesting. And what we did, as you see on the picture on the upper left, or on the down left, this is an AutoCAD drawing of a new street that were planned in Sandefjord. We want to remove parking lots and replace cars and asphalt and parking lots with this. We wanted a green area, recreation zone for our citizens. And we found out right before the opening that we have to get into this project and we have to make this a smart street. So me and my department got into this project, and we were making sure that all the trees got color lighting, smart lights, smart benches, smart garbage disposals. We had sensors everywhere measuring air quality and all sorts of technology. We also have fiber cables all everywhere. So we aimed our launch of the Citizen app to the grand opening of the street. And I was quite surprised by the amount of people that came to our opening. We had ordered cake for probably 200 persons. 3,000 or 4,000 people arrived to the grand opening of the street. So for us, this was super cool. We had the app launched in both Google Play and App Store on this day. And probably, I think around the first week, we had several thousand users the first week. So this, for us, has been a very good way to get traction to our app and to showcase what a smart city can be, to get feedback from our citizens. And of course, this is a beautiful place for our citizens to go with their family. So this is the streets in action. Here on the right side, you will see this is actually a smart screen we have installed. So this is a touch screen where we have onboarded important information from the municipality, local shops, local restaurants. We have onboarded IoT sensor values from buffing temperatures for the most popular beaches in the area. So this is communicating with the citizen platform we have developed together with Innocode. What we also have done in this street is that we have made available public Wi-Fi, and we are using technology so that everyone in this area, just by installing this app, will be able to get automatically connected to public high-speed Wi-Fi in our streets. So for us, we see that efficient citizen communication, that is absolutely crucial to succeed with new digital solutions. We have had a lot of different attempts the last years in our municipality, and almost every time we see that we have not been able to communicate enough, and we are having the same problem each time, that we are a big city, and it's hard to find a solution to get out with information to everyone. Almost no one visits our website. A lot of people in Sandefjord municipality believes that a lot of citizens are hanging out on our website, that is not happening. So we found out that what we need to do is to have focus on the mobile phone. Everyone loves their mobile phone. Their life is on their mobile phone. We have to make some solution that we can be in the pocket to all our citizens. So after the launch in June 2019, we actually have communication to 28,000 citizens' pockets with personalized push messages that we will do a little demo of later on. So we have an enormous, powerful tool that I believe we are probably one of the few municipalities in the world that have a powerful solution like this. So this will be super relevant for local governments that attending this webinar. So I suggest you should fill in this form and get this baby for free. So we have made a little graphic here showing the importance of communication and information. As I said, in a lot of projects, you are lacking information. When you're lacking information, you get problems with engagement, and you will get not the best results in your projects. So some key facts, as I said, almost we're aiming for 30,000 downloads. We see an impressive amount of daily active users, especially now after COVID-19. We have used this massively to get the important communication around testing and vaccines to our citizens. When Norway locked down, me and Morten, we used 2 or 3 hours, and we did a full rebuild of the entire app to be a COVID-19 app for our citizens. And actually, before COVID-19, we had, I think it was 12,000 downloads. In just 1 week after COVID-19, we did grow with 10,000 new users. So this has been the main place for all the citizens to get the most updated feedback, not only from Sandefjord, but we've also aggregated from the official governments in Norway important info, and have tailored and personalized the news to those who want that kind of info. So we have saved quite a lot of money. We have quite few people working in the communication department in Sandefjord, and we have managed to not add more people to that department. It's not only because of the citizen app, but this is helping us to get important information quickly out. We have now a solution that can get info to the correct district, to the correct people based on their profile, on where they live and their interests. So we managed to get fewer citizens to call us. We want to get self-service solutions, and we want to be proactive on personalized, relevant, important information to them. What we see when we are comparing results, comparing them to the media, local newspapers and so on, we see impressive numbers in the participation in surveys, and also the opening rates when we do send out these push messages. So we will do a little demo. I will show you how this is working on the back end. So to sum it up, we have designed and developed this app that's called our part Sandefjord Innbygger, Sandefjord Citizen. So also one important part of this project have been, as you see here, we have invited all the different clubs, the local churches, the local sport clubs, soccer teams, the chess club, the judo club, to be a part of the solution. So we have onboarded in a quite cool way. We are harvesting, and we have integrated to their social media profile from Facebook. All of them use Facebook. What we have done is to use the motor of InnoCode, the heart of the solution. We have connected to the different clubs. We're harvesting that info into this solution. And based on the needs, based on the interest of each different citizen, they will get info from the local organization and clubs without being a member of Facebook. So we kind of like that. We have taken control as a municipality. The way Facebook works, in Norway, we are actually one of the biggest municipalities on Facebook. We have an enormous amount of likes and followers. As an example, me myself, I am a follower of Sandefjord on Facebook. It took me 1.5 years before I saw anything in my feed from Sandefjord municipality. And we are posting a lot of posts every day on Facebook. And the reason behind that is that it's Mark Zuckerberg's algorithms that decide what I, as a citizen in Sandefjord, should see from Sandefjord. But in our solution, we are not using algorithms. We are letting the citizen themselves decide what's important for them. And that can be the smallest tiny club with 4 members in Sandefjord. That could be the main use for them. So that is quite cool. We have over 100 different organizations that's connected into this solution. A lot of different culture activities. So in our solution, as you will see in the demo later on, or we are also inviting everyone in Sandefjord that have any sort of cultural events, sport events, whatever events, they are able to use our solution for free. And that kind of events will also be personalized for the citizens in the citizen app based on their profile. We'll do a little demo of that. So I think I will actually just scroll through, go to the demo. One thing I would like to mention is for us, we have a lot of different sensors. We are doing a sensor for icy roads, parking, movement patterns, measuring air quality, swim temperatures, and water level measuring. But for our part in municipality, we have decided to use Microsoft Azure as our IoT platform. So for those who are interested, we are using both LoRa, that is a communication network we use for sensors, and we're also using something called narrowband IoT, where we use the cellular network for the communication channel for our sensors. So we are doing quite a lot here, and we have now a lot of historic data in our data lake we can use for visualization and also for future upcoming smart city initiatives, where we're going to work with smart street lights and smart air and all sorts of projects internally in our municipality. So I will actually stop the presentation, and I will hope my mobile phone and hope I don't get any funny messages live on my private phone. Let's see what's happening. So what I'm showing here, I'm now have just installed this app from App Store, and this is in Norwegian. So what they are saying is welcome to Sandefjord, and the app says that we will now start the personalization process for you and make sure you will find and get the relevant information that is important for you and your family. So the first thing I need to do, we have sliced our municipality in different parts. So you will need to select at least one, but you can select more. I live in Stokke. I have a cottage in Mosserød, and I like to go for a swim at Vesterøya. So I select those areas in the app. Then it asks me, what kind of topics are you interested in? Yeah, I like information from the municipality. For me, I have a car, so traffic info is important. I'd like to get a reminder when the garbage, when they are picking up my garbage at home. Health is important for me. I like to get tourist information, local history, politics, and culture. And then it asks me, do you want to follow any local clubs or find arrangements in Sandefjord? Yes. And here you see all the different local clubs that are connected in. So this, I'm a member of the bicycle club, the taekwondo club, I have the Rotary club, and my kids play golf. Local arrangements, I like to go concerts at Bakgården Cafe, and often I like to go to the library to get see events there. And I want to get from Sandefjord municipality all the different concerts and theater arrangements. Then it asked me, is it okay if we can use push? Yes, I want to allow that. And then we're done. The last thing it asked me, this is a new addition we have onboarded to our app. It's a technology called Pinch from a company we work together with called FluxLoop. So we are using Bluetooth in the telephone, and at the later stage we'll also use GPS. What we use that for is that we use beacons around the Sandefjord. We have created games, so when you're walking in a popular forest, beach location in Sandefjord, you will be automatically get the push messages when you arrive at the location, where we say, welcome to this beautiful beach. Today the forecast is sunny weather with a wind, and the sea temperature is now 16.8 Celsius. So there we are using the technology and connected to our API in the municipality to get sensor information. So that is a personalized service we deliver. And we also do it now when people are going to test themselves for COVID-19. We are actually able to use this service to send proactive push messages on how they should behave in line, when what other important information they need, as an example. We're also planning to use it as a tourist service. When you arrive in Sandefjord, we could actually pinpoint if you're a tourist or if you're a citizen, and do a personalized guiding in Sandefjord. And all of this is according to GDPR, so privacy is, of course, important for us. So now on this front page of this app, I'm now seeing a personalized front page based on my profile that is local on my phone. I see here, this is one site that can lead me to the different nice places to go for a swim or a walk in the nature in Sandefjord. Later on, I can see this is summer school. And this is a cool thing. As a citizen, I can now just do a swipe, and I can see where I should go for a swim with my family today. So it's quite sunny and nice weather in Norway, and we have a couple of places actually over 20 Celsius. So this is kind of cool. So I can go in and see a map view of live. This is updated every 30 minutes from our IoT sensor network. So now we have these sensors, and next week we will have like 20 more sensors. So then we have the entire coast with sensors delivered from us. So this is kind of cool. We also have a sensor that measure sea level in Sandefjord. If sea level goes beyond 120, we have big problems in Sandefjord. So we have developed this together with Innocode to proactive be able to send out push messages if the sensor measures values over 100. We could send out warning messages and ask people to not be nearby and safeguard their belongings. On the top here, the citizens will be able to see what kind of garbage that will be picked up this week. In Norway, you have, probably everywhere in the world, you have different weeks and different kind of garbage that get picked up, and we never remember if it's food or if it's glass that will be picked up. They will get push messages with this automatically. We also have one part, important news from us, then we use this, and then we'll send out 28,000 push messages. Here we have also onboarded a map. So this is slow network here. Yeah, that will show when you're outside to allergic people, important info. If there are any water leakages or problem with water, we will be able to use this to warn the citizens. And all of this we're seeing now with traffic messages and water and everything is personalized. So we could either send a push message out to everyone, or we could tailor the push message and say, only send this to people at Vesterøya and Stokke that are interested in traffic info. So then we would go from 28,000 push messages, maybe down to 900. So then we're not jamming 64,000 citizens with info. And the difference from this to Facebook is we know that the message will arrive on the phone. There's no algorithm that will pick up the random people in something. So if we slide to the next slide, this is a personalized event calendar based on my profile and what I did answer in the onboarding process. So not a lot of things happening in Norway now, most is closed, but as you can see there are starting to appear concerts, and yeah, that's good. Go to the next page. This is my local clubs that I'm interested in. I did follow the golf club, as you can see. I'm getting golf info. This is COVID info from health department in Norway. Getting a calendar, I'm getting some handball info. And all of this is personalized based on my profile. We have also connected to different information channels in the local area. So this is what I'm seeing now, a personalized experience of my areas. This is the local cinema and culture that we deliver as a service from the municipality. So you can buy tickets and see what's on show today. What's also cool is that we have aggregated a lot of important information in the app, in the menu. So, for example, people that are interested in going for a walk or seeing the nature in Sandefjord can easily get important info, nice places to visit, and yeah. So our goal is to aggregate as much important information as possible, so they don't have to leave the app. Everything here. This is a dedicated page for young people. They will get important info for them. And I also have a dedicated page for seniors where they get important information on how they can engage and different activities and important info for them. And a lot of different things for relevant info from us as a municipality. We have also dedicated for tourists. One other cool thing we have in Sandefjord, we were the first municipality in Norway that have developed and used chatbots for our citizens. So we have developed AI bot that's called Kari, or a typical name in Norway. So she also lives inside the app and she can answer everything regarding a municipality. So this is kind of cool, quite cool. This is actually the most, the chatbot in the world that has most intents. So this technology is a Norwegian company called Boost. They have also started now 2 or 3 offices in the US. So this is actually growing also in the US, made in Norway, just like the Citizen app from ELGL. So this is cool. We like Norwegian technology. So every time a citizen can go in and readjust the local profile. And everything we do collect of data is able from the citizen to the citizen is in control. The citizen can wipe the data we have collected and get full overview. So this is absolutely according to the EU regulation GDPR. So that was a quick overview of the app. So we have, as I said, seen an enormous user adoption of it, and in our new digital strategy and our communication strategy in Sandefjord municipality, this app is one of the most important things we do, and we are planning a lot of new exciting innovative services together with InnoCode. We are aiming to now integrate so the citizens can see their house, to get school information, to get as much solutions as possible inside this app. Because the problem we as a municipality have, and probably municipalities in the US also have, is the citizens are getting silo services from the municipality. So they have to have 10 different apps or 16 different portals, and it's hard to find out of the information mess. But by having a citizen app platform like this from InnoCode, we are able to deliver that personalized experience. So that was a presentation from me, and if you have any questions, just drop it in the chat and we'll try to answer.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I think, as folks are thinking of some questions, we can kind of start off with one ourselves. And really, when you do consider these types of projects, how do you guys think about this for communities of different sizes? How does implementing this type of application look for a really small city, or maybe for a city that may be over 1 million people or so? Because we have a few of those really large ones in the United States.
I can say from our side, as a customer, we see that this solution is super scalable. So you can be a super small municipality with just a few hundred citizens, or you can be that big city. Because what I really like with this solution is the engine that's behind, that actually makes you able to get the personalized experience, and the push engine that's behind. So all this is cloud-based and scale very well. I did tell that example when we just in a couple of hours, me and Morten did a full rebuild of the entire app to be a COVID-19 app without a single line of code. So it's super easy. Me myself as an IT manager, I can go in and without any line of code do a full restructure of the app layout and the content. So.
Awesome. And it looks like we have a question as well in the chat. So I'll read that question out loud. What's the feedback from the content providers in the community, the organizations, media, clubs, etc.? Do they consider the app an important channel to their audience, or is it just a quote unquote nice audience to their normal channels?
We have received quite a interesting feedback regarding that, because they see the same problem with Facebook. With this solution, we have 28,000 potential new members, and without any algorithms, they get visible. So we had a local super small club with only like 10 members, and they have seen a tremendous growth because a lot of people did show interest in what they were doing. But on Facebook, with 5 or 10 members, they were invisible. So this is kind of cool with our municipality solution, that we actually could showcase what is happening from the biggest clubs to the small-ish clubs. And now, of course, that one benefit is that their members do not have to be on Facebook to get updated on events, and because more and more people are heading away from Facebook. So.
I just thought of another question as well, because we completed a cohort with AARP focused on livable communities and the needs of older adults. So kind of on that same kind of theme, how does this kind of application work with our older residents and our communities?
We have a big project now in our municipality. We need that people stay longer at home. So we need to use technology to make people live longer at home because we don't have the money to handle all the old people coming now in the upcoming years. So technology is not the answer of everything, but with the Citizen app, we use this to prepare the elderly people on how they could get good health. We do use this app to communicate out how they could restructure their house and make their house ready to when they get old, and we use it to get them more out in the society and let them engage in cultural activities. And yeah, so we have big plans, and this project is not very old. We did start in 2019, so our roadmap is quite big. So we are looking forward to get even more municipalities and cities onboarded in the app. So we have a sharing philosophy. So everything we are doing, we want others to copy it, and we want to steal back or copy back. So.
Yes, we are all about being able to kind of share resources in terms of ideas. And I know in local government, it's never, it's never a bad thing to steal other people's ideas, use them. Um,
It's a taxpayers' money, so we need to work smart.
yes. I think another question that I'm sure folks will probably be thinking about too is, if a city wanted to get this up and running, or a county, how many resources would you need? What time frame? And what are some of those aspects to consider for getting this off the ground?
It depends on your ambitions. What do you want to deliver? If you want to do a lot of smart city initiatives with sensors, you of course need a platform and quite a lot of work. But if you only want to get a quick solution to get citizen dialogue and as a communication channel with push messages, the technical solution to get up and running is just a couple of days. But of course, you should use some time to get the resources needed internally, because the worst thing you could do is spin up the solution and not have people ready to actually use the solution in the back end. So we used to quite a lot of time to get the people working with the garbage in Sandefjord, working with health, working with schools, the communication department, and to have as many people on board as possible. But you are able to get the solution up and running, but you should probably not activate all the buttons and whistles if you don't have people ready internally to work with it.
Awesome. I do not see at the moment any more questions in the chat, but is there just any other kind of thoughts you all want to add about the application and kind of the uses?
I can jump in on that, Shantae, a little bit. Again, I'm Steiner Bjornsson. I run InnoCode Inc.'s US operation. And we are very interested in partnering with US local governments to do the same kind of things as we've been doing with the Sandefjord and other municipalities in Norway. So we have received funding from the government of Norway, innovation funding, that would enable us, as was indicated here, to basically work with between 1 and 3 US local government partners to get the citizen app, citizen platform up and running, and offer it for free operationally for the first year. So if you're interested in that, please fill out the form, the pilot project interest form, and we will reach out to you to discuss next steps on that. We see great potential, and even though we're talking different countries, Norway and US, the challenges that local governments face are very much the same, we believe, in both countries. And we are eager and very interested, like I said, in working closely with partners here in the US.
Awesome. And yes, the link for that application, I also just dropped in the chat again. But for folks that are on this call at the moment, and even for folks that registered and maybe weren't able to make it, we will still send a follow-up email to you all, and we'll have the rewind. And our rewind is just kind of a recap of what was discussed in the webinar. And also for this webinar opportunity, since we have the application for the Citizen app, that application will also be in there as well. So if you need to talk to some folks in your organization and connect with them, you can share that information as well to help you decide if you will be interested in this opportunity. Awesome. Well, thank you all today for tuning in, and we appreciate your time. And thanks for spending some time with ELGL this morning and afternoon.